Good morning, you early birds. Welcome to Tea Time with Tanya, Wednesday, Early Bird edition. Today is the 26th of October, 2022. It is 2:47 in the morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's start today off with a blessing. Dear universe, dear Creator, dear Spirit guides, please give us a blessing. Give us the collective a blessing for this Wednesday morning. Okay, guys, look at this card. I don't know if you can see this. There it is. This is the blessing of just being. You may have been thinking that if you had acted or chosen differently in the past, things would be better now. But in thinking this way, you fail to see the positive effects your past actions and choices have had on both yourself and others. Look closely and you will see many blessings. Namaste. Okay, let me read this again, guys. Open your hearts and listen to this, because this is saying something that you didn't get was a blessing. Listen to this blessing. The blessing of just being. You may have been thinking that if you had acted or chosen differently in the past, things would be better now. But in thinking this way, you fail to see the positive effects your past actions and choices have had on both yourself and others. Look closely and you will see many blessings. Namaste. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Okay, guys, it's going to be a short show. I haven't got very many questions, and I really need you guys to remember Tea Time with Tanya is a viewer-driven show, so I only ask the questions that you ask me. I don't watch television, guys. I don't watch the news. So if you want me to answer questions, if you want me to read, I need questions to ask. So please, guys, bombard me. Drop questions in. I will stretch them out for weeks if I get lots of them. But I do need questions coming in, all right? All right. All right. First question of the day. Spirits Beyond the Stars is asking, is Judge Thomas a member of the Oath Keepers? Is Judge Thomas a member of the Oath Keepers? He's been seen at meetings, Spirit says. That he goes to meetings. But let's see. Universe, Creator, Spirit guides, please speak through me. Speak truthfully. Answer these questions. Is Judge Thomas a member of the Oath Keepers or of any ultra-conservative militia? Is Judge Thomas a member of the Oath Keepers or any ultra-conservative militia? Here we go. Okay, guys. All right. This is it. Now, you ain't gonna find his name on a membership roll. No. No, 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 no. He is too savvy to be a member to where somebody could call him out on it. No. So you will not find his name on any membership rolls. However, he does make lucrative contributions to them. This is a cause that is near and dear to his heart. This is the cause that he stands behind. This is what he fights for. So, you're not going to find his name on a list because he knows that formally throwing his support in, more than just financially, could get him into trouble, would make him have to recuse himself from certain things. So, no, you won't find his name on a membership roll, but you will find that those are his people, that is his group, that is where that's what he supports, okay? The final outcome in this draw is the devil. Force, fatality, ruin, that which is predestined. Evilness. Okay? So, yeah. He is affiliated. He is a sponsor. We'll put it that way. He is the bankroll for these ultra-conservative groups. But you will not find his name on a membership roll because that would cause too much trouble. Yes, and he is one that is completely on board with dismantling America, with destroying democracy. And this is for cause. Guys, this is a plan that they have set into motion. This is not just the ultra-conservatives wanting to have everything just out of greed. No, this is a plan. This is a plan. Guys, the rich understand what is about to happen. And now they're worried that us regular old folks won't protect them when the house of cards comes falling down. They're talking about hiring militias to protect themselves, but putting shock collars on them and locking up the food behind triple locks that only they know so that they will be protected. Obviously, these guys have not watched many like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome movies. They are wanting to hire Navy SEALs to protect them and wanting to put shock collars on them to control them. Obviously, they haven't met many Navy SEALs. But guys, they know what's coming. And now they're worried about what they have caused to happen. Again, I ain't here to scare you. I'm here to prepare you. Understand. Do what you can do to prepare for what's coming. No joke, no cap. Be prepared for what is coming next. Because your preparation is going to determine everything. If you're caught unawares and you're caught without, it's going to be very hard. But if you have a little and you could start canning, putting up, money's going to be worthless. The things that you are going to need is food, water, electricity, things like that. That's why I keep urging everybody to get a battery pack. Get something that will keep the lights on, that will keep your devices charged, that can run a fan or a heater so that you are not freezing to death. This is real, guys. Again, not trying to scare you, but letting you know what the natural course of events are. We have foreign nations in our grid already. Expect them to use it. Vlad is amping up because he's losing in Ukraine. Our sanctions are finally hurting him. It is only a matter of time before they strike out at us. Be prepared. And it's not just from that. We have weather and global warming to contend with also. Guys, The time for preparedness is now. And I'm going to keep preaching it until, if I only save one person in helping them be prepared, then my job is done. Winterize your car. Be prepared. All right. Next question is from the Essence of Success. She would like to know, how long will the new UK Prime Minister last? Oh my goodness, guys. Richie Rich. And his name is Richie something, or Rishi. But guys, no, this is Richie Rich. This person's family has more wealth than the crown. They are more wealthy than the King of England. And he is brown to boot. This is a full-blooded Englishman. These are noblemen. Now understand, guys, these are still the House of Lords and the House of Commons and all this stuff on how a lot of these people come to be in Parliament, etc. Okay? So it's not that they were necessarily voted in. Some of them, it's by birthright, by title, by family title, okay? And that's why the majority of the Tory party are millionaires or billionaires, because they are the ones who were formerly the lords, the titled people, earls and lords and viscounts and things like that, okay? These are all titled people with money. And understand that the government was set up so that the wealthy run the parliament. The whole system was set up to protect the rich, to punish the poor, but to protect the rich, to protect the assets of the landowners, to protect the assets of the masters. Okay? All right. Everybody has really got to learn history. So, how long will the new UK Prime Minister last? And guys, I really feel strongly that the UK is going to call for a formal election so that the entire country their voices can be heard, and they're just not shuffling through the deck of Tories. Here we go. How long will Richie Rich, the UK Prime Minister, last? Oh goodness, guys. Already the moon is in front of him. Some things are going to be brought out. He's got justice. He ain't going to last long. He is not going to last long again. This is going to be Russian roulette. But I kind of feel that he is going to be, let's see justice in reverse. Let's see before I say anything. Justice in reverse is law, all departments, bigotry, bias, excessive severity. Oh my goodness, guys. All right. It's already saying. Okay, Great Britain, he may be a gift to you. Again, this may be another failure, epic failure, to help right the ship as much as can be. He is another one that is, this is the ultra wealthy. He is not concerned about the well-being of anybody that is not in his bracket. There are things that are going to come out about him, or that he is going to do shortly, in short order. He's not going to be much better than Miss Truss was. And I want you guys to listen to that name. Liz Truss. Miss Truss. Okay? Listen, because, the universe has a sense of humor. And if we just pay attention, even our parents can name us what we are and what we are to do. But, yes, Liz Truss had one agenda. That was break it, pop the pony keg, and give the ultra wealthy a good old sip. Okay, again, these are the people who insist that the rules that apply to you do not apply to them. And this is what's going on right now. All of these people are showing you exactly who they are. But Richie Rich, guys, final card, we get the Four of Swords. I really do believe that it'll be by the end of the year that there will be a new election in England. So I'm going to say 4 months approximately that old Richie Rich, I don't know his last name, but I'm going to call him Richie Rich because that's what he is. He is Richie Rich. This is the ultra affluent. This is a person who has no idea how the Commonwealth lives, has no clue. This is a person who I'm sure has a valet in his house to help him dress every morning. The man has never folded a pair of socks. I'm sure of this. I'm sure of this. And this is who they have running Britain. And guys, a lot of the bigots, some racist people, are kind of afraid that they've got this brown man who is now running the country. Yeah. The people who know their history, those are the ones who are scared that the ones that they did their history to are going to turn around and do to them what they did to everybody else. And that's a big fear right now. It really is. Not the whole nation, but for a select few who believe in racism and power and colorism. They are not too keen on having a black guy. I mean, and he he is, because I mean those are the rules that they made. But yeah, having an Indian guy, just as dark brown as you can get without being black, running the whole country. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, y'all. Like I said, get your popcorn ready, because it's not just going to be the United States. We're coming up to our grand finale, okay? Our election is within the next, week and a half? 2 weeks? And we just came out of an eclipse to go into another eclipse right in this time. Guys, it is time to pick up your lawn chair and hike up to the nosebleed section and watch what is about to transpire from up there. It is about to get, number one, nasty. It's going to be very interesting, but it's going to be interesting right here in America and in Great Britain. And keep an eye on Italy too, because guys, like I keep saying, the fascists are doing everything. They are trying to get a foothold everywhere around the world. This is a plan. This is a plan. Believe it. Okay. So, essence of success, I say 4 months. Prepare. By the end of the year, Great Britain should be having another election. Okay, next question. Is love the most powerful emotion in the universe? And the answer to that is yes. Yes. The word unconditional love. Unconditional love. Love that has no caveats. Love that is not preempted by a but. And it is the easiest and the hardest thing for people to do, because people always want to put conditions on their emotions and how they feel about others. Unconditional love does not mean that I condone or support what you do if you're a despot. Unconditional love simply means I love you as a human. I love you and I recognize that your life force matters on this planet. Whether you're here for good or you're here for ill, you're here for a reason. Unconditional love means I will take it out of myself. I will not hate you simply because you exist. Unconditional love means that I love unconditionally. It doesn't mean that I love you unconditionally, but that I love unconditionally. That I understand that each one of us has a purpose and a reason to be here. Again, it doesn't mean that you agree or conscribe to whatever it is that somebody is doing. It is an acknowledgement that you understand that each of us has a purpose on this planet and that we can, in our heart, not hate simply because someone exists. Okay? It doesn't mean that you have to love the person themselves or love the acts that they are doing. But you recognize that their spirit, whether they are here for good or ill, their path is their path. What they do is a part of why they are here. Every one of us has our own story. Okay? Bad guys, good guys, guys that are just hanging out watching. We all have a purpose. And the number one thing to remember is just to allow everybody else to have their purpose. You don't have to agree with what they do. You don't have to like what they do. No, you don't. But you have to acknowledge that they have the right to exist and that they are on the path that the universe or their karma has them on. So, again, words matter. So unconditional love doesn't mean that you love unconditionally. Well, actually, it does mean you love unconditionally. But that it's that you don't put conditions on who deserves love. Doesn't mean you have to like everybody. Doesn't mean that at all. In fact, unconditional love is something that you need to practice on yourself more than anything. Because once you love yourself through all your rough edges, then you find it a whole lot easier to love others. And there's a big difference between love and toleration, guys. Big difference. Big difference. Understand. You love people because they are spirits, lights. People change. Somebody who is a horrible monster today could have a change of heart and be working tomorrow to be their best self. People do change. So we have to love and hope, okay, that people can change. But remember, there's a difference between unconditional love and toleration. All right. Lesson. Okay. Next question. And to answer that, yes, love is the most powerful energy, because love can make somebody reach out their hand and help save somebody who seconds before was trying to kill them. That's what love does. Okay? That's what love does. And understand, every person, every one of us has the capacity to change. That's why unconditional love is so important. All right. Next question. This one is from The Essence of Success as well. She would like to know, what is the connection between tarot and astrology? Okay, this is a great question because a lot of people don't understand what this craft is all about. So just a little short thing. Astrology is the study of the position of the stars, the movement of the stars, and what that means. Okay? Tarot is an occult divination tool. Okay? The tarot cards are a tool of divination, a tool of looking in or peeking in to the past, present, or future. This is tapping into the veil of the occult or the unseen. Astrology, however, is seen. This is the position and the movement of the stars, the tracking of the stars. This is an art form of millions, and I say millions of years of people watching the sky and making sense of what it all means. Astrology and astronomy, both, I think, are powerful forms of magic. And the people who are adept in it have an understanding of the mechanism of how the earth works in concert with the rest of the universe. But again, astrology is seen, and the tarot deals with the occult. And the tarot is a tool, okay, where the planets are real things. Astrology is the act of studying the movement of the planets and the stars and their effects on life. Tarot is a tool of divination to tap into the consciousness of the unknown or the unseen. Okay? So they're two different things, but they're both essential tools to understanding, to increasing knowledge. And I think that would be the end of that answer. My next question is from Denny. Denny has a question about why do some Christian people behave so badly towards others, being hateful, being bigoted, being homophobic to other people. And Denny would like to know, is this because of preachers preaching it from the pulpit, or is this just the climate of what religion is? And what we have to understand with this is that throughout time, what religion is, what church is, why people go to church, how we got the religions that we have today, and why we only have certain religions. Guys, in the old days, there were hundreds of religions. People worshipped rocks, people worshipped dirt, people worshipped anything they thought helped them, bring them prosperity, help keep them alive. People have always needed something to believe in or something to blame when things went wrong. So, in the very old times, if there wasn't rain, then people thought, well, we have displeased this God or that God, and we need to make offerings so that we can get rain, or that we can get this, or that we can get that. This is a human condition, that we believe that anytime something goes wrong, that a deity outside of ourselves is displeased with us, and we must satiate it. For millennia, this has been going on. What happened is that fear of the unknown was harnessed by groups who fine-tuned it and turned it into a control mechanism. Okay? In the Crusades, before the Crusades, there were, like I said, people worshipped anything, dirt, rocks, clouds. The sun was the first thing worshipped. The sun and the moon, night and day, the two things that were visible in the sky that people understood had were responsible for what happened on earth. Mankind understood that the moon controlled the tide, and that the position of the sun would tell mankind when it was time to plant, when it was time to sow, okay? When it was time to harvest, when it was time to bring everything inside. Man figured out that they could turn this into a religion by using fear, that if you displease this deity or that deity, that you would perish. So, people being mean and calling themselves Christians or religious people is conditioning. People who have been told that their beliefs or their way of doing things is the only way. People who have walked away from the tenets of what their own religion is supposed to be based on. And most churches are based on the Ten Commandments. Serve no other God but this one. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't sleep with your neighbor's wife, don't kill anybody, don't steal. I mean, the 10 Commandments, 10 little rules to live by. And it is the hardest 10 rules for mankind to live by. Okay? But the actual 10 Commandments is the 55 laws of Kemet. And if you're unfamiliar with that, please look it up. I might be wrong with the number, and they're not even laws. It's just how to live your life. And that was taken from Kemet, ancient Egypt, and turned into the 10 Commandments. Okay? This is all about history, guys. Everybody has got to understand history and why people behave the way that they do, and why people get so defensive and nuts about religion when the religions that we are worshiping and believing in on this planet today are only the result. Those Christianity, the Muslims, and Judaism, the three big religions. And I'm not talking about Buddhism. I'm not talking about the Asian religions. I'm talking about the three that are in the industrialized West and in China. And this is all about, and they are all literally the same thing. They really are. They all use the same books. They are just variations of the same thing that one group of people decided is how they are going to control the majority of the world. Religion is control. So people behaving badly is because it is a control mechanism. They want people to be at odds with the very thing that they're supposed to be supporting. It's chaos. It's chaos. And that's why a lot of people stop going to church. And a lot of my folks out there will know what I mean when I say Saturday night sinners, Sunday morning Christians, Sunday morning saints. Saturday night sinners, Sunday morning saints. And this is the majority of people who have power in churches and synagogues, etc., who we see out in the clubs, out there sleeping around, being accused of pedophilia. But Sunday morning, they are the most holy. It's hypocrisy. And we have to call it out for what it is. So, it's conditioning, it's hypocrisy, and it's meant to keep people at odds and separate. So, there you go, Denny. Next question. Where do humans come from? This is an interesting show. And this is what happens when I don't get bunches of questions, guys. So please, for Friday's live show, I need questions for the show. So please, whatever you need answered, please ask the questions. Drop them in the comment section below this video. Okay. Where do humans come from? Are people extraterrestrials? Yes, some of us are from other planets. Some of us are generations here on this planet. But all of us come from a star system somewhere. Well, most of us. There are earthlings that are of this earth. And people must understand that this earth is much more than we physically see. There are layers of this planet, and there is life within the layers of this planet. Many different life forms occupy this planet that we call Earth, okay? We are not here alone. And on the surface where we live, we can dig down and see different civilizations that have been here and perished before us. Guys, this is cyclical. It always has been. We move from eon to eon, era to era. We go through a life, birth, rebirth, life, birth, death, rebirth cycle. Every generation does. So again, do not be afraid of the changes that are coming to this earth. Do not be afraid. We are in change. Things are going to happen, and we have no control over that. But if you are afraid, you will suffer. If you put down fear and open your mind and just try to stay on your path and do what it is that you are here to do. And the number one thing, guys, the number one test that we are being tested with right now is that disassociation, to not be led by the nose, by mainstream media, to not be placed under the hypnosis of fear, because that is what the mainstream media, what all these politicians, all this whole climate of nastiness is to instill fear, to have people afraid. When we defeat fear, we can defeat a lot of this fascism. Once we understand that their playbook is nothing but to keep people afraid, and that we have the power, and that those people with all that money are terrified of everything that they have brought upon us. If we could just stand together, if we could just understand that money is not the end all be all, but love, togetherness, and unity is, then we will have passed the test, and we can move out of this cycle of destruction. These are lessons we must learn. All right. Next question. Russian soldiers are refusing to fight in Russia right now. Recruits, soldiers being placed in basements of moldy buildings. Let's applaud them. Let's applaud them. Guys, this is something that we are going to see more and more of. This is a changing of consciousness. And this is people who understand that the power is within them. We all have the power to say no. We all have the power to say, I will not succumb or do what you're trying to force me to do. When the gas prices skyrocketed the first time, I was begging people, please boycott gas and oil. Boycott it. But there's so many of us that feel like we have to. So many people are so bought into the slavery system that we are conditioned in, that fear keeps them from staying out a day of work. That having a nationwide call out, people are so afraid. Oh, if I do that, I might get fired and I won't have a job tomorrow. Well, that's always a possibility. But if that job that you are in is treating you like a slave, and there's an opportunity for the collective to stand together to change things. We have got to be prepared for an amount of loss so that to fix what needs to be fixed. We have to be brave enough to say, I'm going to put my comfort on the line to stand up for what I believe in. To make change means we have to move our feet. Not just expect somebody to come and do it for us. Not expect somebody to come and rescue us and save us. At some point, we've got to stand up. We've got to be counted. The time right now, guys, this is a prime time for us to come together as a collective, for us to stand together. Today I'm volunteering. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Today I am volunteering. I'm going to some youth, some community center somewhere to do something with the voting. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it because they need bodies and I've got one. Like I said, if you are brave, if you are capable and you are not afraid of these red-hatted individuals, please volunteer. Get out to help at the polls. Volunteer to just be out there to provide moral support for people who are standing online voting on the 8th. Do something to help. If there's a long line, be at the end of the long line with a crate of water and just hand people a bottle of water as they're standing in them lines. Be a help in whatever capacity that you can. This is what we are being called to do. Step outside of your bubble. Step outside of your comfort zone. If you want change to come to America, it's time to mobilize. Your feet must move. Like I said, whether you got a walker or a wheelchair, one leg or two, there is something that you can do to help the collective through these hard times, to be a blessing for the collective. Us in numbers, singing, chanting, making magic, letting the universe see us try. That's all we've got to do. Because once one comes, others join. When one comes, others join. And that's what it's all about, guys. All right. Last thing I'm going to discuss. This is kind of off the wall, and this kind of woke me up. Kanye is going down the same path as the My Pillow guy. I want you guys to just follow me here. Just remember, Mike Lindell, the guys, this is so much like the movie Get Out. Like them being hypnotized. Kanye has been going down a slippery slope since his mother died. But he has, come on, doesn't it seem like this is not even the same individual? All the stuff that happened over the summertime with Pete Davidson and him and Kim splitting up, and then him just going down this complete. He is literally, he's not even circling the drain. He is going headlong down the drain into self-destruction. But guys, the movie Get Out just popped into my mind. Just his behavior, and not just his. Judge Thomas, a lot of these black people, they were already on the conservative side. Even Candace Owens. But now they have gone full, just ultra MAGA. And I have to say, this is not natural. It is not natural. These people have literally are taking up the reins of the oppressor. Something is wrong, guys. And the movie Get Out, and when I saw that movie, and if you have not seen it, guys, it's a movie by Jordan Peele. Please watch it. Please watch it. I think it was a documentary, actually. But watch that movie if you have not seen it. And then kind of compare how Thomas Owens and Kanye are acting. And see if it doesn't seem like these people have been programmed. All right, guys. I know this is short, but again, Friday's show, I need questions, guys. So please, there's a lot going on in this world. Please tell me what you would like me to read on. Okay, guys. Again, we're still in this weather. I went from air conditioning to heat. I never even got a reprieve. I actually turned it off, but I need to turn the heater on because I am freezing right now. So, and I'm in Nevada, the place where it's supposed to be hotter than anything. And oh my gosh, I am freezing to death. So, prepare. Again, I'm going to keep preaching this. Layer, if you've got children or grandchildren that you're sending off to school early in the morning, layer them up. It is imperative, guys, and I must say this as well. Our disease that we have, our pandemic that we are still in, guys, expect, because of this weird weather snapping thing that we're in, we're going to have another uptick of infections. Guys, go get your latest booster shot if you have not gotten it already. I know everybody's starting to feel like a pincushion. But here, I'm going to say this. I was hospitalized in 2021. They said I had COVID pneumonia. I didn't have COVID. I had pneumonia, but I didn't have COVID. So far, I think I've had 6 vaccinations. I have not had COVID, and I have not been rehospitalized for pneumonia. This disease is serious. This disease has long lasting consequences, not just for the elderly, but for children and regular adults. Don't play with this. Please, if you're not masked up, please be vaccinated. Please get your boosters, get your kids vaccinated, and make sure that you get the flu shot as well, because this flu season is going to be bad, okay? A lot of people are going to get sick this winter because a lot of people have taken their masks off, and a lot of people are going to be getting viruses. So protect yourselves and understand that this is coming. Again, layer yourself. Weather is going to be crazy. Freezing cold mornings, blazing hot afternoons over here on the Pacific side of the United States. On the East Coast, you guys are going to have cold mornings and mild afternoons, but there are storms brewing. We've got a cold front coming down from Canada. It is bringing a wallop of snow, okay? But we still got a lot of warm weather coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, and there's a big old tornado down there, okay? That's the tornado I saw, the hurricane I saw, but I thought it was going to come across like Panama. So that hurricane that is in the Gulf, that is headed towards the Gulf, guys, prepare for that. Even if it only comes in as a Cat 1 or 2, it is going to bring a lot of water with it. And that water and the water vapor pushing up the southern states is going to, guys, we could have feet of snow by next Monday in certain places. By Halloween or Dias de los Muertos, the 1st of November, we could have some places that have feet of snow on the ground. So again, get your cars winterized. Put your blanket, a tarp, something, some water, and some type of non-perishable food in your vehicle. If you are planning on traveling anywhere in the next month, make sure that you have emergency provisions in your vehicle. It is imperative. Just like we had a lot of things happen on the freeways over the summer with the flooding events, we are going to have some blizzards and ice events on the freeways that are going to shut down freeways. People will be stranded for hours. Please keep your vehicles topped off. Don't run out of gas. Don't run out of gas. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to get off of that. I love you. I love you. I love you. I have some open availability for readings. And also, I still do the sachets. Guys, we're coming up into the Christmas and everything. If you need money drawn to you, if you need protection from people who wish you ill, guys, get with me on psychictanya9@gmail.com. For an appointment, for a reading, or go to my community page. I have a menu of services available with the prices there. All right, guys, I love you. I love you. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Namaste, guys. Bye-bye.